Sarah, nan telephone iti. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, Eden.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Hey, Joel. Good morning. Good morning, Joel. Okay. Hello, Joel. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. A couple more people. All right. Okay. 9 o'clock. We're still waiting for see if we can get a couple of people. There was a lot of people attending, so I don't know if they are having difficulty. Okay. Okay. Soon we will start the meeting by waiting for a couple of people. I know it's weekend and people are busy somehow, and probably they will join later on. So still, let's see, 1 or 2 minutes, and we will start the meeting. Oh, Joel, did the system ask you for the passcode when you was logging in?
No, I didn't get the request for a password.
Okay.
I just clicked the link. It requested to open the app. I just read that and I went in.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, I will start the meeting. I don't want to penalize people who are already here, and so I hope we will have time to share what we have here with. At the end of the video, we will have a chance to share with them. So let me make sure that the recording. So my name is Manse, as I posted on the LinkedIn. So I am a cloud support engineer working for Amazon. And I'm trying, okay, a lot of people are coming now. So I'm trying to just present this because of my personal experience, and also to make sure that I share what I know already with other friends, and see what we can build Africa. Okay, so as I say, it's a First Africa Tech Symposium. So I know that we have a lot of diaspora here. We have software engineer, cloud engineer, financial analysis, and we have the engineer in a couple of fields, like you take petroleum engineering, mechanical engineering, but the problem is that we're not united on something, like united on a project or organization which can help to share ideas and even scientific experiment together to do something positive back home. Okay, I will go to the second slide. 1 second. I have people ask for admin. I will add them here before we move in. Okay. So the second slide here is Africa Intel, global architecture. So why we need a digital transformation in Africa. So this is my personal experience. When I went back home, I was trying to spend a couple of weeks and do some transaction. I went to a couple of bank, financial institution, but the system was super slow. And my internet also connection at home, I was trying to have a high internet speed, but the rate they gave me, I mean, it was a maximum, but still was very slow. I could not even connect globally. So, and I was upset about it. I was very super upset and mad on the system, but at the same time, I started questioning myself. Maybe I was part of the problem itself. What could I do to solve this issue? Probably I did not participate with the solution, the best solution to solve those challenges. So, and coming back to the United States, I was thinking, okay, maybe I need to build some organization where we have expert in, all the domain, and we will try to see if we can get something best for the continent. So sitting here and not thinking about back home, I know some people are feeling that way. Okay, I don't want to, I just want to mind my own problem here. But the day you will go back home, you will start now understanding that your non-participation is affecting you yourself, not only people who are back home, but yourself. Because going to see services are slow, you want to do something in the administration is very slow, super slow, and they will tell you they don't have a choice. I mean, they are dealing with it that way. So now we need to do something about it. That's why I'm trying to build something like global architecture for Africa, especially putting digital transformation on it. So I'm going to go to the second slide. The digital transformation, I think we need to say something about it. So what is it benefit? What will that benefit Africa? So the first point is answer data collection. We have largest population, but we don't control those data. So we want to make sure that implementing that digital transformation can help to collect data, stronger resource management. We have a lot of resources, but we don't know how to manage them. It becomes very challenging. Data-driven customer insight, a better customer experience. That is the example I was just taking. If you go to the bank as a customer and you're feeling like you need a queue in the long range of people, waiting long hours before you get served, so it become too much frustration. So, and next will be encourage digital culture, which will be improve collaboration. Like if I know something and you know something, it doesn't matter even if it technology, it can be anything else. We can just do that, share collaboration and see what we have in the common. So a lot of people are asking for admin. Sorry, I'm coming again. Okay. Africa let off. So here we are missing a lot of things. If you see this graph, this is a global Amazon AWS infrastructure, and it helps for fast internet ever, data visualization and everything dealing with technology. But if you look at the right side, the map, you see in Brazil here, you see in America, you see in Europe, and a lot of Asian availability zone, but Africa is let out. The map is empty. The only availability zone we have in Africa is in South Africa. That's it. But when I see this map, I just start shaking my head, seeing that we are in the center of innovation and Africa doesn't have anything. So you see in West Africa, Central Africa, North Africa, all those countries are let out. Not having those availability zone data centers which can help to solve social challenges. So we're missing fast internet. We have slow transaction, banking system, financial system is very slow. We have barrier to best resources. We don't have, if you don't have fast internet, I mean, you have limitation on the resources. So you can compare yourself with engineer who is in the US, he has a fast internet doing his researches. You can compare yourself with that type of person. I mean, we are lack of innovation and especially clinic. We can't have a development. We can have a develop or doing some project which can just improve clinic, hospital, and for better serving the communities. We don't have all those things. So, and I was thinking, okay, why don't just come as an organization and just address this too? Maybe Amazon will be interested to come in Africa and some countries. You take a country, we have a developing country like Senegal, you take Ivory Coast, you take Ghana, all those countries, at least minimum Amazon should be there, but it's not there. So what is the problem? Maybe the problem comes from us, all of us, as successful or not successful people in the US here. We're not addressing this issue. We're not putting this problem on the table to let even official back home know that we have option here to be able to have that fast internet ever. We can't just have those slow thing and you go home and you are like, oh my God, we are not in the 21st century. You have on the telecommunication, even it's the same. We're not protected, and all those things are just risk taking. So that's why I say we need at least address this issue to Amazon or Microsoft or Google Cloud. Maybe they will be interested to come in Africa. So the next slide is a population growth. We have 22.7% of the world total young population, and that one was 2 years ago. 60% of Africa population is under 25, and we have 2.5 billion. We will have that number by 2050. What are we doing with those numbers? Analysts are saying everywhere that Africa is the future. There are best opportunity there, but what are we doing here? Just sit down, seeing those numbers and not doing something about it. So it's sometimes painful, and at the same time, we need to have a vision. We need to have that leadership and just take a risk and grow innovation in Africa. This is a digital world, and if you take infrastructure, you take a bridge, you take a hospital, you take a banking, you have all those area need innovation, and one need to go there and do. One need to be interested to go there and do something. We need to be able to implement those technology to help global infrastructure issues. We need to be able to implement that innovation in education. And also road, you take a bridge, we have poor road ever. But all this innovation can change something. Like if you go for construction area, architecture, all those things, innovation will be the keys. Healthcare and cloud in Africa. So as I say, if you take a cloud, which is emerging technology and filled by digital transformation, there are basic things that this technology can solve and are the fast way. You take a healthcare system, we have poor hospitals, and nobody is interested just to implement technology to solve hospital issues. We don't have technology which can help to fast vaccine. You take COVID-19, we have to beg developing country just to come to give us vaccine. That is not acceptable in this 21st century. And I know we have a developer, we have an engineer out there who can do this. And we need to focus and start something. So how can we implement cloud to solve the healthcare challenges? You take a telemedicine with Internet of Things, you take an application, small devices. Today, many Africans are using smartphones. They can just maybe check information about their blood sugar. They can check information about how to treat cancer or the process to deal with those chronic disease or cancer or whatever, they can have those information at hand using that telemedicine. They don't need to just take the taxi or do some basic transportation, go to clinic. They can just stay home, connect with the doctor. As I say, the barrier here is the internet. If you don't have internet, how are you going to be able to connect with your doctor to just ask a doctor the basic nutrition question? You can't do that. But Africa, we have all those small devices, iPad, computers, smartphones, but people are connecting in Facebook every day, WhatsApp every day, but they can't just have that fast internet to be able to have a good conversation with the doctor and have the right information. So as I say at the beginning, vaccine research and development was also the key. We can't just be waiting for other people to do the job for ourselves, even to have a vaccine to inject in our bodies. We need to do something. We need to share health information, compliance, and patient data protection. So you see some film come in Africa that just collect patient information. You don't know what they are going to do with all those data, because they are private structure or private company who come nowhere. We don't know, just collecting the population information, and we don't know if those data have been protected or if there are violation of those patient rights. We have to implement big data analytic by using ADNA for visualization. We need to do that to be able to build a dashboard, trend, and help to make a fast decision. That's why before the last line, I say fast scalability for decision making. If we don't have those analytics too, we will left out. We need to implement artificial intelligence, machine learning for fast discovery. We are left out on that area also, and we need to catch up. We can't just stay this way. So I will move to next slide. So infrastructure integrated to tech. So as I said at the beginning, bridge, construction, and I know I have some friends who are doing the construction. They might be interested how to implement that technology in construction. We have energy efficiency. We need a green energy, solar panel, wind turbine. We need you see what the position we have right now in Africa is that we have solar system at least 24 hours by 24. We don't have snow or very bad cold weather, which can just compromise the efficiency of those solar systems. But we're not doing something, and we are like, okay, complaining about the outrage, energy outrage, or electricity outrage. We are still complaining. But let me tell you, last time I was talking with a friend who is an engineer. He's an electrical engineer in Germany. He's a friend of mine, and he was saying, if Germany was a country located in Africa, they will no longer need a hydroelectric, or they will no longer need a nuclear electricity, because we have sun, 100% solar. We can move things to 100% solar. And agriculture, how can we implement that technology to solve agriculture issues? We need to do those research development in agriculture using technology. Innovation in construction. So like design and build hybrid road with recycling plastic, facilitate architecture design with technology, urban design. If you go back home sometime, I don't know about other people, but like my country, I'm just upset because we don't have urban design, and you walk everywhere is mud. Everywhere is mud, and you go out and come back, you see all your shoes are dirty, your clothes, you need to wash them again. But why don't we just have expert in urban design, like using AWS cloud stimulation framework, which can just easily help to solve this issue? We have plastic thrown out everywhere. Why don't we just collect those plastic and build those road, recycling road? And also the last point is just to use a cloud-based collaboration tool for knowledge sharing. As I said at the beginning, sometimes we are diaspora, we're not sharing, and everybody just stay in his location. He's a doctor, he's a cloud engineer, he's a architect, or he's a financial expert, or but we're not sharing knowledge to solve this. This doesn't only need a cloud engineer, it doesn't need even construction engineer or mechanical engineer. This need everybody to come together for sustainability. Somebody can make that proposal and we work on that framework. Digital agriculture, greenhouse. Are we interested on this? Are we just scared to just do the heavy, long farming? But why don't we just be interested in the greenhouse? Just think of small space, high production. You don't need the biggest space. You just need a maybe 10 by 10 space and just do greenhouse and improve this by using water efficiency with technology. Programmatic sprinkler for irrigation, you can do that irrigation. Humidity control, only with your smartphone, you just do the irrigation and stay and relax. Africa needs this to be able to solve those food issues, food processing. We need this. Energy infrastructure, research and development of green and clean energy. Today, if you go to some cities in India, you will see they even start doing this. They will build just a motorcycle or just a bike, and integrate those bikes with technology. So you don't need too much effort and ever they get tired of all those things, stress. And if you see all the top picture, you see people start building those motorbike using technology. It will help at least citizen back home just sit down and be using that solar system for free. Africa has that advantage of solar system, I said this. Flexible solar panel, mini wind turbine, but we're not doing the researches. And last time I was reading article on the University of Australia that are building the flexible panel solar. And those panels, you can just pack them, put in your pocket. But why are we not be interested on those systems? We have roofing issues in Africa. We even have AC issues. You go there, it's too hot. The temperature is too hot. You are in your house or your building, it's too hot. But we're not interested to use a solar system to solve that issue. Be able to cool down the room temperature, even to build green. Don't let we be afraid to start to develop something, at what I can say. Don't we just be scared to implement or start try and experiment. We need at least to start somewhere, or just call your brother back home, tell him, okay, I have $200. Just buy a small solar panel and let me design you a bike that you can implement this using, those efficiency energy. But we need to try. If we don't try, we will still just staying and people will be building stuff and we are going to be only just consumers, not productive. Technology for security, and that is a hot topic. Right now, security issue is everywhere in Africa. You go to North side, West Africa, or Central side, or South, large security issues. But we need to do something by creating blogs. How many of us are building blogs just to say something about security? Just go to internet or just put your idea there to solve security issues. Technology for peace. It's something very hot topic where we need to implement technology to solve right now topic conflict zone problem. We need to implement that technology to solve those things. You don't need to be there. You just can do something, even stay in the US. Right now, they don't need you to build anything. We have already all those resources available, but we're not using them. Sharing idea of drone to solve security challenges, use information technology for intelligence, build application for peace, understand the cyber warfare, which is the future. And I will say it, the future war won't be conventional. It will be digital. And are we ready for that digital war? If not doing something, promote peace through social media. We can do that. We can build application that can just help for peace. People can be sharing peace idea in the conflict zone and be able to understand one another. Financial taxation automation. That is also a good topic. Let me tell you, corruption is hard thing which compromise the African countries' development, because there is a lack of transparency, slow transaction, poor quality services, and all this because we are not trying to automate the system, financial system. People just want to stay in their office, receive the cash to pay, like client come with the cash, they just want to count that cash by hand. Hand-to-hand cash create corruption. And if services are slow, it creates corruption because people will say, okay, I want, hey, okay, can you do this service for me? Let me give you 10,000 CFA or just $5 US dollar to help me do this. It because the system is slow and the person want to just get served fast. That's why he will tend the money to just try to hijack the system. And we have poor quality of services. People are complaining, even people who are working, their working condition is not good. They will need to be filled up large papers instead of just digitalize the system. Diaspora, here is where I will say something about all of us. The problem sometimes come from all of us. We have had that chance to come in those developing country, and we're not just taking control of that future. Most of us are just, okay, I have my salary, I have my children, let me take care of my family. That's it. And you take care of your family, finish, retire, you die. And that's it. No legacy left. It's painful. We need to be charged of that leadership and be able to stand and risk for something. We need to be creative. We need to be involved and also accept responsibilities. We need to organize around the communities. You know, you need to call friend, just have that small community. Okay, let we do something about innovation. What is your idea about innovation? And copy and paste that innovation. We already have all those things here. Software, people need them. They need a program which can run something. All those things already are here. They don't, we are not asking you to just go to invent a wheel. We just want you just copy and go to paste on your village, on your cities, back home, call your brothers. That will even help them to have a job, to be doing something for themselves. Instead of just maybe some of them finish their degrees and just they don't have a job. They don't have the opportunity that you have. But you just need to put something on hand, maybe only $500 can just start a project. But don't we let just underestimate those small projects, you know. Next, Africa sit down in the quadrillion asset. I will tell you, there is money in Africa. Trillion dollar asset are there. Just sit down, and we are not interested on that. Innovation of art and entertainment, the culture, tradition, or modern museums. We're not developing all those areas. Tourism, conceptual hotel from raw earth mouth. That will even minimize the cost of construction of hotels. But we need to do them our ways, design them our ways, and build them from what we have, our resources. We need to digitalize music instrument, image, and vocal. All those things, technology can solve this. To share artistic concept. People have idea in Africa, but we're not helping them to implement, to put those ideas. We need a breakthrough innovation to solve those complex issues. A race for legacy via selfness. I'm sorry to say that myself, I feel myself not happy about myself. Because most of the time at what I say, we are tending just to help our own families. Okay, my family back home, I help my family back home. My family here, my kid, I want to make sure they are successful. Myself, I have good job. And that's it. We need to go beyond this ideology, this philosophy. We need to go beyond this. We need to be able to implement our success model to impact other people. We need to be able to develop and maximize our talent, strength, and skills. Don't eat and then die. It's what I say. Because if you do this, you take some country like some European country like France, you go in France, you see the top higher surgeon or medical expert, they are African. But most of them, they die without legacy left. Because children learn through legacy sometimes, most of the time. They want to see, okay, there is one African guy who designed this. He built the light, he built traffic light, he built this machine, he built this. Children learn fast by using legacy. But if we don't have that legacy left, where are they going to learn? We need to develop and maximize our talent. We need to build exemplarity and resiliency, passing through generation. They want to make sure, okay, they follow the path. They are seeing what we are doing because memory are kept. But if you are, okay, I'm doctor, I'm a physician, I'm a high top rank professor, or I don't know, scientist or engineer somewhere, or expert, we are not leaving something. It's true that children will see, okay, you are this, but what is the final product have you put on your community? That is the key. Because you start to only help your own children to learn, but it doesn't help other or your own community, like other children, to learn. They don't know too much about you. They just know, okay, he's a doctor, that's it. They don't know that, okay, he invent this, he have this, he have put this, and this is helping the community. They don't know that. We need to leave best connection. Just make sure that we have that good connection, talk each other, sharing ideas, and motivate youngest generation to adhere in innovation, because that will help to solve the keys. And let me tell you that, you see, Chinese diaspora or Asian diaspora, most of them, when we study together, going to universities or college, most of them, when they finish, they go back home. They start inventing. But we are just here, just job, salary, that's it. So that is killing Africa. Digitalize education. I mean, we can digital education by helping to understand that there are good resources. Children, if they don't understand that good resources are somewhere, they will just waste time going through those traditional hard copies books, and it sometimes it's just wasting their time, and also they don't have right material. They want to be able to understand that if somebody say coding, child shouldn't be scared of coding. They should understand that there are some technology tool like code commit, Lambda function, Cloud9, that can just auto build some code and help them to have their program ready. We need to be able to create, motivate, and just everything around innovation. We need to be able to do that, to help encouraging our young people, to tell them, okay, look, if you want to do programming, yeah, it's cool too. It's very good technology. So there are tools like Cloud9 or Code Commit in AWS or Azure, which can help to start easy programming. We need to give them that opportunity to build small tech labs in some villages. We have that chance. At least if some country, you just send $1,000 there in your village, build some small building, send them use computers, and children can just start fixing computers, trying to understand what is a RAM in a computer, what is hard drive in a computer, what is this. So the more they are asking themselves questions, the more they are learning. But we can't just leave them that way without nothing on the hand. Handy, I'm totally convinced that handy too can most of the time help to motivate others. You have a kid who is just playing with laptop, he's just opening it, doing it the wrong way, by learning, questioning himself, what is this, and he's trying to find the right answer for that. He will be the one who is learning very fast than others. Do we challenge young people? I don't think we, as a diaspora, especially African, we are just challenging young people back home. We're not challenging them. We need to be able to put a project on the table and ask them to be like e-commerce application, software, try new invention. In the small group, you ask them, okay, I'm gonna put in $100 if somebody build this, okay, he have the price. We're not challenging them for that. Design a sustainability architecture with raw earth resources. That is architecture, traditional architecture, which existed before. We're not teaching them that architecture. Fixing PCs, cell phones, oven, fridge, electronic. We need to put those things to give them that opportunity. Project in welding, mechanics, even in improved media. You know, many of them you see today in the Facebook platforms, people making their own video, but they don't have that knowledge that making those videos can give them a lot of money because they don't have those information. They are not informed. We need to build also small application for cyber security, for financial institution, government, all those things. If we teach them on that right path, I think they will be able to face that challenge and solve those issues. STEAM award that is come to Diaspora. I am convinced that if we put something together, instead of just wasting time too much, we can just put something together as organization called STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics Award, every 2 years to meet and celebrate that innovation. Maybe children will learn if they see those videos. You see, Diaspora is celebrating the excellency in innovation. It will give some people at least that desire to go for innovation, to go to technology field, to learn things. It will motivate the members also with merit-based award, and also share big moment and keep memories. As I said, memory is important, that your children one day see, okay, my father was in one organization that implement to build that application, or to build that machine, or to build something, that tool which is serving the community. Children will be very proud of their dad or the mother. We need to think of the future. Don't just be worry about right now. We need to worry about the future, because it's saying everywhere. You be hearing people saying Africa is the future. Africa is the future, because they do that analysis. They have those numbers and they believe in it. But what are we reading for? It looks like we are not even interested. That is very painful. Career, and I think that will be the last slide for today. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know it's a Saturday and everybody have a lot of things to do, or just have some rest of the weekend. Career consulting coaching. Honesty in a career advice by targeting high pay fields. We need to be able, people, I know some are software engineers, some are financial expert, or some are, we need to be able to come together. Okay, your friend is somebody in the community, or he's a community member, he want to change his job, for example. Maybe he hear, okay, job in technology pay well, but he doesn't know where to start. It's hard if, okay, I'm hearing this job is paying well, I want to move to that field, but I don't have the right information. Maybe I will get misled. Some people will tell you, go to take a ton of certification, and those certification will not land you in good pay job. So it's sometimes risky. But we need to be able to share those information that, okay, look, if you want to become solution architect, you want to become cloud engineer, you want to be in the cloud field, here are a list of maybe only 2 good certifications can land you in this job. Or you want to do CCNA, it can land you in a very good job. Or Cisco, here's what you need to do this. But we're not sharing those information. We need to help student, friend, and be confident in career change. If somebody is doing welding is his career, and he come to you and say, okay, I hear that people are making 6-figure in technology, how can I be it? We need to be able to put those information on his hand to tell him, okay, do this certification, that will help you to land in the job. So it build confidence between you, even with him. the day he landed on his job. We need to do hiring tapes, mock interview, certification, training, be able to tell them, okay, here is the secret behind those interviews, the tips on the step you need to go to land on those jobs. So if those information are available, or suppose our organization, we have a website, very well built website, where every African, when he want to do, okay, he want to become a geologist, he want to become an engineer, and some civil engineer, mechanical engineer, petroleum engineer, he go in that website and he have the perfect information he need to go. That will help to solve a lot of things, instead of having your brother come back home. He come back home and he's here and you host him and you need to go through everyday question. Instead of that, tell your brother, okay, we have an organization that has built a very strong website for career change and consulting, coaching. He will go there just a single click and he have everything he need. Instead of bother you every day, what should I do? We need to locate available resources, propose consultant services for Africa. Sometimes we are just scared for no reason. It just need a couple phone call, tell them, okay, contact your embassies and let them know, hey, look, I have this idea and I want to implement this. Here is my document on that project. Can I do that consulting for my country? And we need to say it strongly, not be fear of anything. Just tell them, I want to help my country. I have this idea. How can I help you guys out? And put a document on the table. Those are consulting services in Africa. But most of the time, they're taking people, I mean, foreign than all of us. You know, those consulting can be a second job. Why not? You're doing your job here, you're doing consulting in Africa, you're coaching other people. It may be 3 jobs at the same time. We need to improve our representation for best services. That is true. If we don't improve our representation, we will left out. And this will be messy. Because people, you see, what is painful is you see an Asian biggest technology organization, they are so strong. And they're working together to help solve Asia problem. But you go to Africa, we have the biggest population. Even diaspora, we are so many, there are so many. You go to New York, you go to DC, you will see them. Many of them, some of them, they have powerful position ever. But we don't have that representation for young generation to follow up. That is something we need to work on it, because we are so behind. And we need to implement coaching to empower others. That is true. If someday we come together to have that organization built, we can be coaching other people. Advice, expertise, or knowledge, solution, professionalism, experience, potential resources, all those things need to be, we need to be interested on those things, even including business. Why not? I think here will be the end of my presentation. It's Saturday, as I said, a weekend. You guys have a lot of things to do, and I hope we will have a deep discussion here. Some people will have a question, and so far, I want to thank all of you for just sacrificing your time to come here and listen to me. So this will be the end of my presentation. And if you guys have a question, and I want to mention something, those questions are not only addressing to me, it's addressing to all of you. And I want we resolve this together, not myself. So again, thank you very much. And if you have any question, just bring it and we will work on it. Thank you.
Hey, man, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Good job on the presentation.
Thank you.
So after listening to you, I just wanted to know if you have any project or anything in mind. I know there's a lot of things you covered. Very interesting thing. You know, last time we talked, told you about some project I had in mind, but do you have anything in mind you want to share? Anything you think is readily available to start anytime soon? you want other people to join you on collaborating and getting things done?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Joel, for your question. Yes, what I was thinking was in the short term is application area. So, like you take my country or north side, west, a lot of West African country, they are having a lot of security system. And to solve those problems, we just, as I say, in the middle, so technology for peace. So I was thinking if we can build application that will help to solve this issue, those issues. Not only limited to application, but like drone system, which we can implement those laser system or collecting information, or and make proposal to those officials to tell them, okay, hey, look, we have built this drone, and here is the functionality. Here is what the drone can do, the mission it can accomplish. And also, and not like we're going to build warfare technology, but we can also bring solution for the community, because most of those conflicts come from misunderstanding between communities. So we need to build some blocks and emphasize the internet inside those community, and be able to let them know that, hey, look, you guys, instead of keep fighting each other, just look at Singapore, the way it built. If there is a peace, we can have city like this. And people, by looking on those graphic or those pictures, or just doing the type of promotion, it can help to understand that instead of wasting their time fighting each other, they can have a better life. So my short-term project will be building application that can help for global peace. And at the same time, if it's a short term, we don't need to build them. We just, those things exist already. We just need to, okay, tell friend, people who are expert, come together. Okay, look, here is what the code we need to set up for those applications. And I think this those type of project want to take time. You just come up with idea, put the idea together, and okay, you see some firm, private firm, and tell them, okay, here is our idea. We want to have the application, and they will. You guys put the money together, maybe 200, 300, putting it together as an organization, and you pay the application, you pay the software, you know, and that is so far what I'm thinking. Technology for peace. So yeah, I think I answer your question. Yeah.
Yes, you did. I forgot to mention in my question in the short term, but you addressed that. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. Thank you very much, Joel.
Also, I know you say many people registered, but they are not able to join. Are you going to share the recording or the PowerPoint for those who missed to be just to catch up and know what you talked about?
Oh yes, yes, of course. Yeah. I think, as I say, people maybe some missing it because uh they, maybe the alarm didn't wake them up. It's a Saturday, or people miss it because they have something else to do. So what I will do is I will send that record. But even I have some people who told me that they can attend, and they will be happy to they will be very happy to have that recording. So yeah, I will send it to them, so to make sure that I share what I have here on hand.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much, Joel.
Hello,
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. Is Padameli.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from Togo and live in Nebraska.
Uh-huh.
Um, so thank you for your presentation, and I think that everything you talk is a reality of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that today Africa has a lot of problem, many problem and we need to fix that. As you said, everybody is saying that Africa is the future. But we African, we don't know yet that the Africa is the future. And we don't, most of us don't understand why people said Africa is the future. Today, if you take, the reality is that Africa is out of, what can I can say is out of this world, because many things happen in this world, and Africa cannot participate or is not benefiting of that kind of things. For example, the first thing I know that is the blockage in Africa is the kind of like shopping system like Amazon, eBay. In Africa, you live in Africa, it's difficult for you to shop something on eBay, on Amazon, and something like that. And I think we also need to start thinking about something like that that can help people to get easily things like, for example, you talk about building devices and every kind of things. I know many of young African who live in Africa who has a good ideas, who can build things, but how they get the components? Just they use the components for all devices, and they don't have a chance to buy things, those components online like eBay or Amazon. That's one big problem. Also, another problem I think is the big problem in Africa is we give everything, but we don't allow, we don't allow that things to be installed in our countries. If I take the example of China, how China become the most technology country today. If you see, you can see that most of American companies are installed in China, and they work with Chinese people, youngest people work in those companies, and as they work there, they know they can, they know how the machines work, and they can have ideas to try to build something that work in the same way. But in Africa, it's different. It's different because all the material resources we have, they come, I mean, the Americans or European, they come, they take, and they bring all these kind of things in Europe, and they process everything, and they bring back the finished product for us. But we don't know how these things is processed. That is one problem. So we need to change all these kind of things. And if we change that, we will see that many of things will start moving forward. I take my example. I born in Togo. I grew up in Togo. I go to school there. I studied mathematics before to move in America. And in America here, I studied computer engineering. When I came here, I see a lot of things I never saw in my country. In mathematics, department of mathematics in Lome, we study mechanics. And all things we studied there was like, you see the machine, how it works, the rotation, the translation, everything. But I never see how it works. I never touch something like that. My first day when I came here and when I started working in the company, um, all what I studied in mechanic at Lome in the back home, I was start understanding how it's work, how it was implemented, but I never had that the opportunity to understand how these kind of things work. So that's another problem in Africa. Also, the problem is us, the diaspora. When we come here, we study, we get our diploma. As you said, everyone work for his family, his children, and that's all. What we need to bring back in Africa, in our countries, we need to bring back something.
Right.
Yeah, we need to bring back something. And I think last year we worked on one project. The project was the problem of flooding in Omaha. If someone live in Nebraska here, the Missouri River, all the time there's the flood, and they give us the project to work on that project and find the solution. The water that provoke the floods, use that water to produce the energy, the electricity that can help population or something else. But that gave me an idea. If we can implement something like that in our country, in my country, for example, in Togo, we have a flooding all the time, and this water can be serve as something that can produce electricity and use it for something else. I know that many people don't have electricity. That can help many some families to get out of the dark. But we don't implement anything like that in our country, and I think that many things need to change. So China is now, if we China is good in building the devices and many things else. India, if you take India, they are specialized in software and hardware. Africa is not specialized in anything. Software, hardware, nothing. So what we need to do?
Okay. All right. Thanks so much for going through and deep on explanation. So based on what you say, you see, it come out, and the key here will be the role of diaspora and technology transfer. So most of us are not interested too much on that area. You see, like the topic you say, people they are African, small developer, they are interested to buy thing in Amazon, eBay, but sometimes it's very challenging for them. So when you take that type of problem, you need to just solve it. Why it's very hard for them to acquire those items, like when they want to buy it. First problem is they don't have like zip code system, post office system, which they have a post office system, but just traditional system where when you buy some item, you just need to go to drop it there. But we are diaspora. How could we solve that issue? So maybe thinking of investing, because the demand is already there. We already have people who want to buy items from US, and they want that thing to be delivered in the short term of time. So want will why wouldn't we just be interested or just build our business? It become, I mean, the more and more we go in, it just become a biggest business there. Somebody can just go there and build some small receiving storage system, where if, in each city where somebody, if you buy software, you buy some item, those items can land there and somebody can just go there and pick up. That's it. We can build that system instead of waiting for government to build uh, uh, those small bags, office bags for receiving item at home, because home zip code system is very hard back home. You see, so, and also to go to the area you just touched on, China. They have that opportunity. As I say, the more people touch, like touching computer, touching devices, trying to understand what is behind that technology, the more they learn, and they are learning faster than us. So we need to create that opportunity by just, we have a lot of dead computer here. You can just send maybe 10 or 20 computer, okay, form a small group in Africa, tell them, just dismantle those computer and try to understand the operating system, the hardware, the software, whatever. We need to give them that opportunity to play around those tools, but we're not giving them that chance because most of them, they don't even have money to buy, you know. And last point you touched was a corruption. As I mentioned in the presentation, yeah, there is a corruption. I'm not saying technology can help 100% resolve that issue, but it can decrease if we automate the system instead of handing people cash by hand, and which is very, I mean, it hard for them sometimes to control their emotion, not to taking something out that money. Instead of handing them, just let we build a system where just credit card, debit card, just swipe if you want to pay your taxes, you know. And also, as I say, slow services bring corruption. If I go, I'm trying just to make my ID, and you told me that it's going to take me 1 month to have my ID. And I know that if I give you 20,000 CFA, I can get my national ID within 2 days. You see, that bring people who are just receiving those services just to put something on the table and try now start that. And corruption start there because you want the fastest thing, which are not normally that way. And you are trying to put the money to hijack that system because you don't want to wait. Corruption began, you know. And when you ask them back home why they're doing this, they will tell you, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. The government system, I can't do anything about it, you know. But as a diaspora, when I say to take control of the future, we need to start addressing those issues. So to tell official that we have a best system which can solve this instead of just staying in the traditional way. And again, thank you very much for your participation.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Hey, I think one you all of you guys addressed the problem about all of us, the diaspora living, um, whether in America, Europe, not doing enough. But I think one of the other problem is how we gonna get the leaders to change the policies, the laws, and the regulation to enable us to make those things work for the best of all Africa. Because no matter how um, like no matter how strong your desire is to build something, whether in Togo, Burkina Faso, or Ghana, when the policies are not there and when you don't have the leaders on your side, I don't have to tell you guys, but you guys know that you're gonna encounter many problems in implementing those things. So I'm just pointing that out, that if any of you have an idea, I think, man, the last time we talked a little bit about it, just reaching out, whether it's the consulate or embassy or any leader that can. we we're not trying to tell them, hey, just give us this work to do, but what can they do on their end to let us do what we can do to help all those countries um, embrace the innovation and all those things. So I think one thing is our on our hands to just do what we can do, but we also need something done locally to just help us do what we can do as a whole.
Mhm. Yeah, I totally agree with you that, yeah, they have put some strong system which compromise even ideology like the newest ideology we are trying to bring back in Africa. But at the same time, I'm thinking, yeah, this is the biggest problem, and to solve this, it's just like if you go back home to build your small technology lab, fixing people's cell phone, fixing laptop. I don't think government will prevent you doing that. So what I'm thinking here is we need a select area where restriction from the system, the government system is less restricted. I mean, the it less restricted, like going just to have your small technology firm, and which government cannot tell you, okay, don't, you can't put that technology lab here. So we need to be, yeah, need to be able to start those small projects. And also, like, if you put some small group like 10 people, 10 African young energized people, and tell them, okay, you guys, I have a $500 price here, and I want you guys to be able to modify or modify the bicycle integrated with the solar system. If you guys have successfully done this, I will just, there is a price of $1,000, $2,000. You just put them at work. So you just put them just not to stay, not doing something. And also government, I don't think government will prevent you doing so. So we need to start doing those. But where government can, you will have facing those restrictions is like corruption area, where if you telling them, okay, the financial system, it need to be changed. Some people official will just try to compromise that idea. But at the same time, I think it because the process, we are not starting with the process, and it's so hard for them to just see, okay, you want to jump trying to change things at the higher level, and they're not seeing something, the process starts somewhere. So sometimes it brings them confusion, but sometimes also it just interest purpose, they will tend to block you from that. So as I said,
Mountain,
uh-huh.
can I say something?
Oh yes, yes sir.
Okay. You say everything related to technology has to start somewhere, right?
Mhm.
Because right now we're trying to catch up with all those developed countries. We're trying to catch up, technology wise. But if we don't have like a good economic system in place,
Mhm.
all this implementation will fail. Because what brings corruption, as you said, is the economic system.
Mhm.
If people don't get what they want, they don't eat, you know,
Mhm.
at their will, there always be corruption. And sometimes I feel like corruption starts by us living abroad.
Mhm.
That corruption starts by us. Even in our countries, like in our families, what we do. Sometimes people will call you, for just some small things that they can handle themselves.
Mhm.
And for us, we think that we're doing them good. We send them money to do whatever they want.
Mhm.
That makes them lazy. And sometimes I feel like our countries, the main issue we have, especially the young people nowadays with technology, is laziness, right? It's laziness. These
Okay.
people don't have access to a lot of infrastructure, and they don't have access to the first, the main needed stuff.
Mhm.
It's hard to develop anything.
Okay.
So you talked about using technology, like a zip code system. Zip code system is very easy to implement
Mhm.
in our countries, starting by big cities. It's very easy because see in our countries, every single house, the
Mhm.
home that you see there, they have a number,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You use those number, you implement a zip code system
Mhm.
because all the houses have numbers. You just have to split up the country in zip code and then just give those address to people. And it will be easy for people. And at the same time, it will develop the postal system in our countries. But the thing is, if we go there as diaspora and go trying to implement those stuff, what will happen? Everybody there want to have something they get out of it. It's not like let's sacrifice ourselves, for the future generation. They'll be like, no, 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 no. What am I getting doing that? And that's the thing.
Okay.
So for me, I think we have to start, strengthening our economic system. And then we can just go, just globally in every single area of technology. We can just start somewhere, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somewhere we start, and then we go from there. And as long as we go, we can just grow. Because if you look at small companies here, they start somewhere small, and then today they're big. Because if you just take Google, in the year 2000, Google was a small company, but today Google is among the biggest companies in the world, because they start somewhere. So building like a building, like an application is not hard to do, because nowadays, like, they have free sources everywhere. You can just copy and paste, just make some switch here and there, and then build your application. The thing is how you make your marketing work back there if you're not there yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the thing is, like, we have to be there ourselves to make the thing work. You can't just delegate somebody to do it. If you know your project yourself, you know what you want to do, you have to be the one to be there and direct everything.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your point, and I think it make big sense. So, yeah, you mentioned something. We need to scale the economy. Yeah, that is true. But like in some slide of the presentation, you see when I say we need to work hard on some basic stuff like agriculture, innovate agriculture, like putting greenhouse system. Like sometimes you see back home why some young people, when you talk to them, you feel like they are scared of agriculture, you know, but because they don't have system where which motivate them, like seeing uh, you see the greenhouse system, just a small space but high productivity with good irrigation system. If you have this, implement this type of thing, somebody who come inside just see the way it works, it can just give them some passion on the agriculture. But instead of just leaving them alone and they are trying to improve their productivity by um, cultivate in the high rank land perimeters, so that sometimes it just discourage them. That's why I say we need, if we really want to do something like even scale the economy, to support the economy area, we just need to start implementing those things there. So that will help people, having the small farm, having the irrigation system, having the production done, go to sell the the tomatoes or corn or whatever, easy way, on the easy way. Yeah. So if even some will be playing by producing, like you having somebody who has a greenhouse which is connected with his smartphone, just to do irrigation, he has application on the smartphone will help you to start irrigation and stop irrigation. It become a playful tool for him instead of just become a labor where he just need a sweat before get this thing done. So I totally agree with you when you say we need to work hard on the economic area. But when we say economic, it's not only financial system. It can be agriculture where people need to eat. They need to be able to have clothing. They need to be able to just maintain their housing, be able to build a small housing, be able to do those what is called micro transaction. They need to be able to do those things in order to be a participant in the for the economic. So That one was the reason I said that. And also, I know it's hard to just stay here and try to build a project, but at the same time, people want to be challenged. They sometimes want to be challenged. I talk with some young there, and they are like, okay, but if you guys don't give us a project, so what are we going to do? Sometimes they just on the weekend they just sit down home. They don't have something. They just maybe stay in Facebook or watching sport. So, but as I say, just try something and see what they will, how they will act. I know it's hard for them. Sometimes if you're not there, they will just what you will send as money. They will just mess it up. But uh, we need to try at least. We need to start, try, test them to see if they will accomplish it. You know. Yeah. So yeah, that one was my point. Hope maybe somebody will take over.
Yeah,
Okay,
hello.
so yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Sir?
Hey, I
Yannick.
introduce
Okay.
myself. Yannick,
Hey,
and
hello, Yannick.
hey, yeah, okay. From Gabon, and sorry, I just catch you a little bit late. I'm on the road, and sorry for some technical issue. I'm driving, and sometimes I'm losing network. Okay. Thank you so much, my brother, for your presentation, and I got the big picture of really what we're talking about. And I just have some contribution about it. And starting with my brother, who just talk about how we say the root of the problem that we're facing in Africa. I think we should start from the root, that is corruption. And when we talk about corruption, corruption goes far. If there is corruption, which means that there is a lack of distribution of the resources that we have in Africa. And there is a saying that says that an empty stomach doesn't have a ears, which means when everybody is hungry, doesn't matter what. Like in America, you just want to find the closer fast food. You want to feed yourself, and then you want to feel comfortable and start thinking about the next step. So that's what we're facing in general in Africa. And all of us who are in foreign country, we're facing something that's really sad. The loss of young generation that are leaving Africa by all means, even to the cost of their life. Now, in Europe, they talk the biggest cemetery, that is the ocean. Why? Because many of our brothers and sisters are dying. And the reason is what? When they go there, they try to file asylum, all that, but we know that they're not living because of the war of something. The big problem is the economic system that is completely dead. When somebody cannot eat, when somebody cannot feed his family, when somebody cannot help his brother, his mother, and when somebody cannot help people around him, that is the biggest problem. So now we're talking about something that is very important, the transfer of technology. But also, I want us to think about where we can start. And I've been watching some of the young African who have been going back home, and what they're tackling is very important. When we talk about agriculture, for me, I think that will be the beginning. And how we can do and make it work. For me, I think well, what I've seen in America, because I'm a professional guy. By the way, I just started my architecture studies, but I didn't get some financial so to go to the end of my degree. So just I stopped, and now I'm doing expediting on the road. For those who have an idea, I have a Sprinter and I drive a small box truck. So that's what I do. But I'm working landfill. I've done grass and tree trimming and all that we can call landscaping. And what I've seen through our brothers that we call Latinos, most of them sadly said they're not really smart. They're not really so moved to get degrees and all that. The power thing that I've seen with them is like when they have an idea, they come together. And as one person, they're able to challenge and to overcome any kind of barrier that they can face. They don't have paper, they just have to find somebody who got paper, who's legal, and they open a company on his name, and everybody buy his own tools, and then they share whatever they can get out of it. So to summarize, I think as we're moving for the next meeting, I want us to think really deep how we can challenge, as you're saying, our youngest and brothers in Africa. We as the diaspora people here, think how we can come together and start investing in Africa. And one of the key that somebody said, if you take the money and you send back home for the business, I'm pretty sure 70% is going to be hard for you to get the benefit out of it. But how we can make it successful, I think we should find some partners in Africa, like here in America. Most of the company I've seen, because I travel a lot, they call family business or corporation business. And I've noticed that it remains stronger when they call family business, because everybody who's in the business, it doesn't matter, it's a cousin, a brother, he has invested some money. So the person cannot mess the business because he's messing on his own investment. It's not like, oh, it's my uncle money, it's my aunt money, I don't care. No, they bring everybody the resources and they put up together and they build something. So if you can do that in Africa, it's something that will help. We find some guy, I think in Africa, we got a lot of people who are smart, who are oriented to start some businesses. So we come together and we say, you know what, I give you this part, this percentage, and I'm not here. I know the person will take care of the business as his own because he has put all his resources on the business and he will not mess with it. And that will be one of the things that will free us not to worry, oh no, I'm not sure the business is gonna work. No, the person who's in charge has put his own money. So be sure that the person will take care of it because its future depends on the growing of the business. Okay, thank you so much. Maybe next time I will give some other ideas as we keep talking about improving Africa. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much, Brother Yannick. And I think your point was very, very important. And especially when you say young people are losing their life, trying to cross the Mediterranean, some want to reach Europe because there is no hope. They feel like they don't, their future has no sense by staying back home. Yeah. So I hope by trying our best at least can not only save life, but it will also help to build some basic economic stuff. So, and as I say, agriculture is one of them, one of biggest factor that can change the game. But also, helping them for those young, those are small tech businesses. Like you see when you take the cell phone to repair cell phone, uh, we already have those small business back home, but they're not organized. So as diaspora, what do we think just to go there and organize that business? You know, because what is a little bit painful is that to see that we have all the resources available. We have manpower, we have raw material, we have what else? So, but we're not able to do something. That means the problem is somewhere, and we need to find that solution as fast as possible. Yeah, yeah. If anybody have anything to add or have any
Yeah.
question,
Hey, this is Christoph. Thank you, Mansi, for this
eh,
great presentation. I joined you guys a very, very late.
oh, okay. Hey, Christoph, thank you very
Yeah,
much for coming. Yeah,
yeah, you guys have, a lot of great ideas. I really appreciate, the time you guys are taking to talk about Africa, how we're gonna innovate Africa, what can we do as African, to develop the country and get more jobs, send there and digital and everything. So that's great. Something I want to add on that is, we have great ideas. Sometimes the problem is we don't know how we're gonna put those great ideas together and make it as a building resources. That's the big problem we have. I want to take this opportunity a little bit to share one of my experience. Um, you know, um, uh, we decided to build, for example, an application in the medical side to help um, hospitals back home, especially we target Burkina Faso. And then, we want to build like that application to help the hospital, the pharmacies, and the nursing side, and all the entire infrastructure we have, as a hospital back home. And I wasn't the leader. Somebody lead it, and it was somebody ideas, and that person contacted me to join the team. Um, so we were talking almost twice a week, and doing presentation, talking about big ideas. It was great. 7 people. Like today, I think we are 7 here too. And when we decided now to move from talking too much to build the application, the real application, that's where the big problem came. People start, dropping, and they find it very, very difficult to do, and they don't want to put their time, even their money there, to work to get that built. And we at that time we lost about 4 people, and three people just continue to build the application. And we get the application done today with those 3 people. And now the big problem is we have the application in hand. How are we going to convince people back home, the hospital industry, to use it? We sent 2 people back home in Burkina Faso, and trying to meet the hospital, the nursing, and the doctors, meet them, do some exposition, some presentation about the tool we have, and get some feedback technically from them, because they will be the one using that application. So sometimes we might probably be the smart people building the application, but if the user doesn't know the utility of the tool, it's not worth it, because they will be the one using and take advantage of that. So and it was a great, side, but the problem is we have to do that marketing, get to know. They have to know exactly if the tool is good for them, how much is going to cost them to use it. Is it worth it to have that tool handy? There was a lot of question like that. That we cannot take, those feedback back and rebuild the tool the way they want it. and send it back to them. So just to let you guys know, it's great to have those applications, those ideas together. And we've been talking over and over about these application. I mean, these ideas. People will talk about fintech on the finance side. Some people will talk about the agri-tech on the agriculture side. But those are great for Africa right now. But how we're gonna come up with some tools, how we're gonna come up with a process to build the fintech. Like if you take the example of the fintech, for example, you need to be able to use smart card and all those kind of stuff to build the application for the fintech and all that stuff. What would probably be the design process to build it? So that's where exactly we have to work on. And it's very difficult to find a group of people that would be, they would be devoting their time, their money to put inside to build something like that. And sometimes as an African, we all know, you want to see the product first before believing on it. Some people just don't want to do it at first, and that make things very difficult. So thank you guys. I think that's my participation today. I have more to say, but I will just keep it short. Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much, man. That one was a great experience you share with us. So yes, so sometimes very challenging, and as you say at the end of the sharing, people want to see before they believe in. So that is the hardest issue we are having with our brothers, and uh, I think we need to start somewhere. But based on what you just say here, so the project itself, so it might be a very biggest project. So and sometimes we need to think about the environment itself, where we are going to implement our project. And what I can say here, I don't have a solution for that, but I think sometimes we need a like for your case, we just need a maybe target one clinic itself, target one clinic, implement it in that clinic so that they can see it and believe in. Or otherwise, just maybe we will need to invest on healthcare. We need to build, having our own small clinic, put some certified professional there and now start implementing that technology so that they can also see it, then believe and accept that technology. It's not easy for them, and sometimes I'm trying to understand them that bringing new stuff where they don't know the way to working. It's going to take time for them to learn that technology. Yeah, marketing money will need to be pumped on that marketing in order to explain them well, so the functionality of the tool and the benefit of having it. So, but I think long term, the more we pushing like the way you guys were doing, the more you guys keep pushing, pushing, pushing. They will maybe some will see it on news, or they will hear it from somebody, and they will say, okay, there was a seven guy from the US who was trying to implement that idea here, and I think we need to go to them again and see if we can take it back. So and that example come from the guy who just did a application called Sank transfer money in Burkina Faso. So I have a discussion with him almost like 6 months ago before his implementation of that project, and I was asking him how did he implement that one successfully. It take a time at what based on what he was saying, he get a lot of challenges, and also he had to get uh, get endorsement from higher political leaders, and also the people who are moving economically good. So but finally he made it. So he made it finally, and now the business is running well. So what I can say to end on this case is that don't we let be discouraged by when we go and think went wrong, or just have like 2 or 3 people who will just do the project. Let we just keep pushing, and I hope we will get a result at the end of the day. Nothing has begun big, not having challenges. You take like a friend members were saying, you take a Google example, or Microsoft, AWS, all of them, they face a lot of biggest challenge uh, before they get a good outcome. So it what I can say from here. And again, thank you very much, Chris, for your contribution. Any other question? If we don't have question, I think people have a lot of thing to do, and that will be the end of the presentation. I want to thank all of you guys for coming here to listen to those ideas, and I hope the future will be bright. If you guys have any question or you want to continue this conversation, so I put
Yeah, I have a question. It's
oh
not
yeah,
really a question. When will be the next meeting?
yes, okay. So the next meeting, I think, yeah, based on what I was thinking is, yeah, to take 2 or 3 months, 2 is good, and think, have feedback, and try to see the next meeting going to be maybe start now trying the acting, putting thing on the ground. Don't just stay on those PowerPoint presentation. We want to go to the real ground to see if some of us has those experience. You can share with the group. Myself, I will start like putting some like what I say, a small company which is dealing with repairing smartphone, because as I say, you take a African population is start booming, and many people are using smartphone, but we don't have sophisticated and professional area where somebody can just walk in and say, okay, I'm having problem with my smartphone, can you just change the screen, or can you just change the battery? Professional, I'm saying professional, we already have those business, but they're not professional. So my first thing I want to try in the ground is just to have the business start, and I want to challenge young people to open. I will send almost maybe 20 or 30 dead laptop, and I want to challenge them to break through those laptop to understand what is behind those laptop, and I want to share those idea with all the members. And also, if we, as I'm saying, as an organization, we can come with those new idea, yeah, and implement them. At the same time, we shouldn't waste too much time on talking. We need to act now, and see if we are having challenges. It's better to put your feet to see, okay, the water is hot or it's cold, before to tell people, okay, here is the way it is. So that way, it help other people to prepare well before they land on the ground. So I think that might be the next step, to help to let people share their experience. I have tried this, it didn't work. I have done this, it didn't work, and how can I improve it and implement it for the best services?
Yeah, I was just gonna just a minute add something. Can we guys on the next meeting come up with some experience of our brothers and sisters who have already started something back home? So just to talk with them, if you have a chance to get in touch with somebody who has a business, who is starting, and the challenges that they're facing. So as we're discussing here, we can see how we can avoid some of the mistakes that they have been through already. So if you can have that kind of share next time, I will really appreciate, and that will help some of us, to know how to start and what to avoid. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Yannick. So yeah, sure, of course, sure. So I will invite some friend. Yeah, they will share their experience. Yeah, that will be great idea too. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any else question? Otherwise, I think we're done for today. And again, thank very much for the golden time. And the next meeting, I will keep posting thing in the LinkedIn. And if you guys can invite a friend or family member to, participate, that would be great. Yeah. And have a wonderful day and good weekend.
Okay, bye, and thank you so much for having us here, my brother.
Okay, thank you. thank
All right.
All right,
thank
thanks.
okay, thank everyone. Thank Chris.